Tree on fire. Tree on fire.
You try hitting it?
I'm not getting close to it. I haven't seen anything to hit yet other than a tree. And it just seems like it's on fire. Do I see anything weird about the tree? Is there something in the tree?
Roll a investigation check.
Investigation. That's a -2. That's a 1. That's a 3 -2. So 1.
From where you're at, it looks pretty much just like a tree tipped over and on fire.
I just look back at Burgles. Tree is on fire.
Burgles is gonna head over to the tree and start with the flat of his shovel, trying to like pat it out.
Raucous will run up behind Burgles while Burgles is doing that, and then just cast Prestidigitation, but I'll let Burgles think that they're putting the fire out.
Beautiful.
Wait, I can do that too. And I have Druidcraft, and I can make some of the fire go out too.
Go ahead, Cram.
I'm gonna run up, reach underneath my my red coat, beautiful red coat, my robe of useful item, and rip off a patch and throw it at the tree, and it is a 10-foot pit. So
the tree just like falls down 10 feet. It's like a Bugs Bunny hole.
It's a cube, actually, but yes, 10-foot pit.
You do that, and instantly revealed hiding behind the tree was a trio of elves, similar to what you saw earlier. And what Sylbrix and Raucous kind of heard some sniffling before are now just full on, the tree, oh my god. What?
And did these look like the elves we met before that gave us this
they're
thing?
the same kind of like larger eyes. Their skin just seems to be naturally glowing and maybe even sparkly. Anytime they're near peripherals, they just like seem to have a little glitter about them, but if you try to look at it, it goes away.
Did you set this tree on fire?
You put it in a hole.
I thought it would be safer there.
Well, why are you here? Are you here to save us? Are you here to kill us?
The farmer.
Yes.
Are you a good elf or a bad elf? Are you on the naughty list or are you on the nice list?
We actually helped make the list, sir. So we're not really on the list, but we're nice. We're good. We're
I don't know if
nice list. And you see one of them real quick, like take out like a golden sparkly piece of paper and write 3 names, and you say, look, we're on the nice list, and it says Carrie, Barry, and Spruce are the 3 names that are written there.
Harry, Barry, and Spruce.
Yep.
Amazing.
So,
Josh, does Raucous has she ever seen elves like this in the Feywild? Because they're definitely not from here, but are they familiar at all?
Roll a history check or a nature check.
I'll take history. They're the same, so I'll take it. I'll take a history check maybe. I rolled a 16.
You've have you spent a lot of time in the Feywilds?
She was in the Feywild in Titania's court, and then she basically
and stuff.
told some off-color jokes and got kicked out. But yeah,
got it. I'd say in your time you've met at least like by proxy 1 or 2 or a handful of similar ones, and you've maybe heard tale of things called Kringle elves, which originate from a place that now all of a sudden the pole kind of makes sense, and you're like, maybe this is the pole and that's what that is. But usually these Kringle elves don't leave here. Ones that do, they're very rare, I guess. So yeah, you've probably at least seen or heard of a couple.
So I think that these little fellers and ladies are what are called Kringle elves, and they actually are under the employ of the big man in the red.
This is Santa.
Me.
Ride that Santa guy.
I am big man and I am in the red.
You're way scarier than Santa. Ah! And you made our tree disappear.
You work for Cram now.
That's right.
Whoa. What?
Can I make a persuasion check?
Yeah. to
What he said.
try to employ these guys?
So,
Can I aid him in that intimidation?
Sure.
more to I mean, it's purely logical that they would now be under the employ of Cram, who is wearing the big red coat, right? That's a 10 plus.
You could, and you at advantage because I'm aiding you. I'm like being all big and like.
It's a 15 plus. 15 plus 3 is 18, and I'm going to use my Bardic Inspiration, the D8, which is a 3, so 21.
I'm not really sure about that. I guess maybe if Santa's really gone, then okay. But we have a pretty binding deal with him, and we like it here. So I guess maybe, but only if. I mean, we can't be hired by two people, and we're currently still hired by him, no matter if you make our tree disappear or not.
I am currently big man in red, and I have respect for other big men in red. But perhaps you work for me in an effort to find him.
Yeah, okay, they're down there, I think. And they point down this.
And Rocky turns and like points at Cram with finger guns, and she says, so basically, Sugar Plum, if Santa doesn't make it, I'm pretty sure you're these guys' employer and patron. So they're not going to be Kringle elves no more. They're going to be Cram elves.
They're going to be Krampus elves. Pupopulis elves.
Do you need to make a lot of lists? Because that's kind of what we do the most.
I do, but I think that I make a naughty and nice list, but in the naughty list, I throw rocks at them.
Well, we'll make your lists if we have to, but I don't want to throw rocks.
It's very fun. You can try. Highly recommend.
Is it safe to go outside yet? Last we tried to leave, there was some crazy flying creatures that just setting fires all over the place.
One of them is going to be kind of fixing presents, maybe. Doing
I'd say
his
if you've
best.
got some like sticky gum and maybe some like more bright wrapping paper, you can bring it out there, because for the next, I don't know, complete shift, his whole job is to fix everything and rewrap. So you can give him some supplies, but other than that, I don't think there's a threat.
Are you just trying to enslave everybody in the pole?
Aren't you already enslaved?
Oh, now!
We like it here, but we're running out of time, and if helping one of those creepy guys wrap presents gets us back on track, I guess we'll do it. All right, Bruce, Spruce, and Barry, let's go. And they all start to leave at a very, very fast.
I didn't really see it as much as enslaving as I did as make him an offer to join the union.
We've actually already had a union. The union's been in place for about 1,300 years.
So the problem's downstairs.
I don't know that my horse can go down the stairs, so
Should we ride the tree?
do we jump down the hole?
No, let's pull the tree out of the hole
Oh, and then ride it down?
and then ride it down.
I do have
In
a
style.
lot of rope. Let's do it.
So the tree's pretty big, and the stairs have a pretty 90-degree turn in there. So it might be tricky, but
So
if
we
you're
just got to pivot. Got to pivot when you get down there.
Oh my God.
All right. So should we sneak down? Should we be sneaky going down? What do you think?
Could be a good idea, yes. I dismount and I just smack the horse's butt and let it go wherever.
What's your horse's name, Cram? It's a nice horse.
How long does that pass without trace last?
Jennifer.
That went away kind of when you left Sif. Once you left the area, you kind of the smell of the cinnamon and cloves kind of went away. Yeah.
Well, stealth mode engaged. I'm going full grave robber. Shovel at the ready. Pockets empty. Hands grabby.
Everybody, real quick before we go down the stairs, make a perception check.
Oh wait, okay. Before we do that, I'm gonna cast a little bit of mage armor.
Word.
Because you're not wearing enough coats.
Yes. But then I'm also going to, when we go into stealth mode, I have the shadow touched ability. Means I can use shadow magic, and I'm gonna cast invisibility on myself.
Burgles' perception was 18 plus 1.
My perception was 19 minus 1 to an 18.
Mine's a 19.
Mine's a 3!
Everybody except Cram. You hear some like light, almost like wind chime kind of tinkling coming from the stairs, but not quite as like it's very faint of that, like the tiniest little wind chimes sort of kind of coming from the stairs, and like one or two sort of thumps on the other side of like this wall here.
Can I possibly try and insight what that sound would correlate to?
Which sound?
The tinkling.
Yeah, sure.
What's with that tinkling? 11 plus 4. 15. What's up with that tinkling?
It kind of sounds like little tiny pieces of ice like hitting each other. They're like, it's like that kind of tinkling in some sort of rhythm.
Seems fine. Let's go.
All right, so you look where those three elves pointed when you asked where Santa might be, and you see a staircase that descends into darkness, and there's a sign hanging above the stairs that says "To the workshop floor," spelled out in candy canes. There's a small single flame burning on the left side that like just chars the sign. That's just part of kind of the chaos that's been ensuing.
Druidcraft, put out that flame.
Snuffs out. You head down the stairs.
Rocky's also going to cast invisibility because that seems like such a good idea. So she like puts her hands above her head and rubs her fingers together, and this like magic fairy dust comes down, and as it settles and flows past her, she just disappears. It goes to the floor.
I start heading down the stairs. I'll go first, just in case. I shall surprise them.
Yeah, but be sneaky, be sneaky, big sugar plum.
Burgles will sneak second, like the thief he is.
Who's invisible? It's Raucous and Burgles.
Cram!
Are invisible. Raucous and Cram. Raucous and Cram.
And I'll have advantage on this roll too, right? So.
Alrighty, so it's hard to tell exactly how far down these stairs are going to go. It immediately gets pretty dark. It's not quite pitch black. There are like kind of strung in the corner of the wall and the ceiling are Christmas stringed lights, but like only one or two in the strand are really kind of flickering, so like they're rarely on. It would be considered like super dim light.
Mm-hmm.
But you can go down the stairs. If we're all sneaking, everybody roll stealth checks.
Okay.
13 plus 7, dirty 20.
9.
19 plus 7, 26.
I rolled a nat 1 for a 5. I have a feeling that though she's invisible, she forgot that she has like bells that she wears as part of her musical stuff. And so when she's like sneaking down the stairs doing like the Scooby-Doo sneak, it's like ching ching ching
Also,
ching ching
is
ching
Is Saki out or Socks or whatever that creature?
No, because he only
was?
lasts a minute, so she's got to have to bring him out again. But yeah, he's not out right now.
Gotcha. Because he
Yeah,
had
Socrates
that
isn't
glowing
out.
nose.
Yeah, I think she's just making like a crap load of unintended noise from her bells and drum and everything.
Gotcha.
I stomped on the stairs.
Excellent.
Don't. I'm sneaking. Don't.
So we've got 2 very sneakies and 2 very not so sneakies going down the stairs, and make another perception check for me real quick. Sylbrix, just Sylbrix.
11. No, that was a -1. 8.
Okay, cool. So Sylbrix is stomping down the stairs. Those of you behind him, are you keeping up? Are you still like sneaky pace?
I think I'm
You
I'm
see
so
him
well
kind of
hidden.
storm down.
Burgles is so well hidden because he is like hidden in his cape.
Cram is literally invisible and rolled really well on stealth. So he's like, have fun, fuckers.
Cool.
Just like, keep it back.
All right, so Sylbrix gets a little bit ahead of the group, just a little bit.
Yeah.
And isn't really looking up so much. As the stairs go down, the ceiling kind of stays where it was, but the stairs get deeper and deeper.
Mm-hmm.
And before he knows it, 4 little tiny ice sprites kind of, they're very small. They just like all of a sudden fly in front of Sylbrix's face and just kind of start like poking at him and throwing little tiny cold baby tiny little like snowballs at him and says, hey, what are you doing down here, ugly? Yeah, ugly, what are you doing? You're trying to get some presents? This guy's not gonna get any presents. Nah, we're in charge of presents now. And they're just like pelting you, pestering you, being super annoying. You try to flit them away, but they're like wisping around. Hey, you by yourself, big guy? What's with the cape, man? You gotta get cold, right? And one of them like touches your chest and flies away, and it's super cold. And
icy handprint on my bare chest, and I'm like, I'm gonna get you! Come back here! And I chase them.
whoosh. Oh, okay. You're not gonna catch us. They just like fly up like 10 feet. And they just start throwing more snowballs at you.
Mm-hmm.
What are we gonna do with this guy?
I pull out my blowgun, and I go,
Whoa! Roll the hit.
that is 12.
A 12 actually misses. They're so small. They wisp out of the way. What the elf, man? That is some bull hockey. We're not trying to kill you. We're just trying to,
And stop touching me.
Well, why are you trying to come down the stairs? Huh?
Because we're going to rescue Santa.
They all look at each other. This guy thinks he's gonna rescue Santa. Look at him!
I shoot another dart at him
with his cape. Do that with advantage because they were caught off guard.
Okay. 18 plus 5 is 23 for 3 points of damage. Also, I have great mastery in this, the blowgun, so I have vexed them. So I have my advantage on my next attack roll against that creature before the end of my next turn.
Oh, it super doesn't matter because you hit this guy with a dart and it pins him against the wall, and then he just like poofs into a little cloud of glittery snow. Whoa, man, we didn't fight you. We're just trying to guard the steps, you know?
Get out of here.
And they kind of fly back up the steps, and you hear, oh, she's gonna be so pissed. Shut up. She's not gonna know. They're not gonna get past them.
I shoot a blowgun up at them as we're leaving.
All right, roll the hit.
17 plus 5, so 23.
You hit another
22,
one, leaving only 2 left. And they as they're trying to escape, they roll a 1 and bump into something that they didn't see. We'll say that was Cram at the end of the line. 2 little ice creatures kind of bump into you. What the shit? What? Oh God! Are you okay, man? No, I don't. Is this part of her stuff? Is this part of her weird magic? I don't know, man. This is weird. We should maybe get out of here. This isn't all it's cracked up to be, I guess.
And don't come back.
Are they just like hovering back by Cram?
They were. Now that they were going back up the stairs.
Right. I think they like went over me and then hit Cram.
Yeah, you could have. Yeah, you probably would have seen
for a moment.
them.
I'm just gonna look up and be like, and does casting a spell's gonna turn off my?
It will. It does. Unless it's
invisibility.
greater.
Nah, never mind then.
Damn, I was like, I'm just gonna hang out. I want to be invisible still.
Did you hear jingle bells down here, though? Man, I swear I heard jingle bells. There's just always jingle bells here. It's just the way this place is. It's terrible. It'll be so much better when Aldaric takes over.
Who?
Oh, do I know that name? Do I know who that is?
Oh, roll let me look at all the options. Give me a history check, yeah.
14 plus 2, 16.
History from everyone or just Rocky?
Just Rocky.
Feywild's shit.
Absolutely. Rocky, last you've heard of an Eldara, it was in relation to the Shadowfell.
Got it.
Do you continue down the stairs?
If people in front of me move.
Burgles nudges Sylbrix in the butt.
Okay. And I put my bow gun back and head on down.
Quietly this time.
I'll try. Stomp, stomp, stomp.
All right. It goes down a lot longer than you kind of got the sense that it might, just based on the relatively small building on the ground level. But then you get down to this kind of a landing foyer area, and again, you've got doors that are just kind of busted off their hinges, and really the only illumination down here is coming from those flickering string lights in blue and red and yellow. And you can see down here through the first set of doors, but there is another set of doors that is closed.
Are the closed doors trapped?
You can check for traps. Roll an investigation.
Rogan! 6 plus 9, 15.
You find no traps in the doors.
Is the door locked?
It is not locked.
I've unlocked the door.
Fantastic. Hilarious.
And Burgles will step back, shovel in hand, so a beefier boy can open it.
Stomp, 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 stomp. And I throw the doors open.
All right. Let me take away some of this fog of war here.
Well, that's a big place. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
First, the very first thing you see, really, is this hidden? Can you see that yellow circle?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, perfect. So you see a bunch of creatures here. The first thing you notice, you see 3 little blue goblins, 2 of those winged kobolds you fought before, and then you see a bugbear that is just like white and snowy. They're all around this large tree in the middle of the floor, and I feel like this circle is about to get in the way from moving stuff, so I'll just tell you what that is too. On the floor, you see a large clock kind of embedded in the floors, and the hands are moving almost magically through candy-colored cobblestones. These creatures in the middle have not noticed you yet, though, because they are busy overturning tables and chairs and destroying presents. Everything in the room is pretty strewn about, except for the tree in the middle seems to be untouched from the chaos around it. They have not noticed you at all.
I looked back at Burgles and, point and make stabby motions.
Burgles will put one finger up to his lips, like curled like a little golem, and make a shovel stabbing motion, and will tiptoe past you, entering stealth mode, to try and get in and hide amongst the refuse.
Yeah, just from your stealth before, no problem. They don't have any inkling at all.
Cram will do a similar to try to get over here.
Are they talking at all? Can we hear them saying what they're looking for?
Or are they just trashing the place?
They're mostly trashing the place, and it's kind of chaos, rollicking energy. But what languages do you speak, Burgles and Cram?
Common, infernal, and primordial.
Oh, you said fertile.
Yeah, I speak.
Damn, okay. Common halfling thing thieves can't. But thieves can.
You catch the occasional common, just like, yeah, these who wants these old toys? Our toys will be so much better when we run the solstice. Yeah, we're gonna show everybody. There's some of them are like throwing presents to the other, and then they like slash it with their axe. They're having a great time. They kind of start to spread out a little bit.
Oh, before they spread out, can I hide behind this table a little bit and cast Shatter?
Oh, yeah.
Could it be back where they where those frost goblins
for sure.
were? I was testing it out, and I can get all of them except for the bugbear.
That's fantastic. Yeah, absolutely. All have to make saving throws. Is that correct?
Yeah, Constitution saving throws. DC 16, and because it's a loud noise that erupts from a point of my choice within range, and so I like to think that like the tree shakes a little bit and then sounds like it got struck by lightning.
Beautiful. So this catches everything in this room, or maybe not that snowy bugbear. Is that your red circle?
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
So the bugbear is like focusing on whatever this like workshop table is. He's got like so snowy bugbear has like an icy, like glowing, frosty morning star that he's just smashing the shit out of this work table with, kind of with his back to everything else. Everything else makes a con saving throw. Is that right?
Yeah. And I accidentally rolled on D&D Beyond, but it's a really good roll. So
yeah, for sure. Okay. Let's see. One thing did save. What did you roll?
18.
Cool. So that's 18 full damage, 9 half.
Yeah.
So there was a loud crashing. What is the sound? Is it just like a loud bursting?
It's thunder damage, so it sounds like.
Gotcha. Great. So there's a large crack that just happens in the exact middle of this room, focused on the tree, and everything around it bursts back and falls to the ground. Some of the toys and tables and chairs are absolutely decimated in this. Wood chips go flying everywhere. But the thing that you expect to maybe shatter the most, this tree, is actually what made the saving throw, because the tree is a mimic. So,
no way!
Everybody roll initiative, and then I'll deal out damage to everything that needs it. Burgles, what'd you get?
Burgles got a hearty 9.
Raucous.
6.
Sylbrix.
10 again.
Cram.
A respectable 15.
All right.
Gentleman, 15.
All right, so the frosty kobolds are all toast.
Amazing.
The shatter obliterated them. Honestly, the frost goblins also super, super dead. Oh my god. They had 8 HP, period. The frosty winged kobolds had exactly 18. The mimic is still alive. And the snowy bugbear turns around, its ears ringing. It's got like wood splinters kind of in its back and fur. And he takes his morning star and he's just like automatically angry and looks around and sees. So Cram, you're not invisible anymore then, right?
I'm not invisible anymore, but I am hiding behind people.
Right. You probably see Sylbrix, I guess, in the doorway because Burgles is invisible? No, you're just stealthy.
Just
right, and Raucous
stealthy.
is invisible.
Gotcha. So he sees Sylbrix in the doorway, and it is the snowy bugbear's turn first because it would have been the frosty kobolds and then the goblins, but they're all dead.
I spin my axe and look at the bugbear and I say, "You and me, let's dance."
Hurrah! And he takes his frosty mace in both hands and starts to probably charge at you. All right. So yes, he's going to run at you, Sylbrix. He's got a +4 to hit. He's gonna swipe at you with his morning star. What do we got? Oh golly, that's just an 8 to hit.
Will miss.
All right, second attack. That dice launched. I'm doing another one. Oh my god, that's a 9 to hit. Oh,
is that all you got?
No. Okay, so that's all of his turn. Cram, you're up. And then Sylbrix.
I'm gonna cast Firebolt at the mimic.
Yeah, the mimic, all of its tree branches have now become weird tentacle things, and they're trying to lash out. And you can it kind of bends at the halfway point, and you see teeth in the trunk of this tree. It's super weird and off-putting, and it's
straight
I
to
don't know, probably
tentacles?
20 feet tall. Tree limbs and tentacles are practically the same thing.
That's horrifying. Okay, so a nat 20
Okay.
to hit, which means 4d10. For this
God.
firebolt. That's awesome. Wow, ooh lolly, nutty yeet. And that is 25 points of fire damage. But also, because I'm a bugbear, I get a surprise attack, and if I hit a creature who has not yet taken a turn in the current combat with an attack roll, it takes an extra 2d6 damage. So is that 4d6 because it was a nat 20?
Any rolled
I think
dice
so,
get
yeah.
doubled.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, 25 for now, plus 14. So 39 points of fire damage
Correct.
All right.
to this mimic.
Yeah, it takes it pretty good. A lot of its leaves are kind of branches are flaming. There's a lot of smoke happening. It's clearly angry, and it's just a giant flaming Christmas tree with teeth right now.
Oh, can I also roll for should I roll for my wild magic surge for the cast?
Yeah, how does that work? Is it just any time you do a spell you're supposed to do that?
It says once per turn you can roll a d20 immediately after casting a spell.
So no wild magic surges. Is anything else Cram?
Oh!
Sylbrix, and then Burgles.
Okay, I'm going to maneuver around so that Raucous has an easy and kind of get the bugbear looking away. And it's I just kind of twirl the axe, and I'm like, "Argh!" And I rage, bonus action, and then I attack.
Naturally.
Let's see. That is 18 plus 8, 26.
Yep, that hits.
9 plus 2 rage, 11 points of slashing damage. And the cleave doesn't do anything for me because there's nobody else around.
Not another target. Okay.
Yeah. And I attack again with a 10 plus 8, 18.
18 hits.
Okay. That is 6 plus 7, 13 plus 2, 15.
Oh, God. This guy is immediately almost put down. He took 2 swipes at you that were pointless, and you took 2 swipes at him that took everything from him. But he's still standing, and he's still angry. There's this drool that like starts to freeze as it drips off of his chin. He's bloody and white and snowy, and that's he's still standing.
Think about leaving, dude.
Anything else, Sylbrix?
No.
Burgles.
Burgles is gonna kick up behind the bugbear and jam the spade into directly into his ass crack.
Great.
With that sweet sneak attack juiciness. So that's 15 plus 7, 22, 16 points of damage.
I mean, he had 1 health left.
So I'd like to, if you'll allow,
of course,
I would like to use that leverage of his ass crack to split him in half. Like crowbar him.
I hate it, but I'll allow it. Yeah, he's dead. He's dead. He's in half. He was angry.
That necessary?
Anything else, Burgles?
No.
Good, thank goodness. The mimic. Oh God, this is super. Oh, he's not very fast.
I look at the mimic and point at the 2 pieces of bugbear on the floor in between us. It's like pointing at him like, you're next.
The mimic takes that as a direct challenge and makes his way towards you. And he's going to whip out. Where's he going to try to? No, he doesn't have the speed to try to chomp you. So he's going to 1 tree branch attack. Very long tree branch attack. Is a 15 to hit?
Is what he needed.
Score! Finally, I hit somebody. For a whopping 5 points of piercing damage.
Okay, halved to 2.
Right, of course. And he gets another attack, and he's going to do the same with, that's just an 11 to hit. Okay, and that's all he's got. Raucous, you're up, and then it is top of the round, down to Cram is next. Raucous and Cram.
Rocky walks up into the doorway and just leans against the door jamb, so she's got a view of everything, and doesn't do anything that would make her pop invisibility, but just starts playing on her drum and kind of shaking her invisible butt back and forth so the jingle bells go off, and she's just gonna provide a little thematic Christmas battle music to the scene, and that's it. That's all she's doing. She doesn't feel like she's gonna do anything. This is just a great show.
Rocky's boasting. All right, Cram, you're up.
Introduce myself over here, and then cast Ice Knife.
Ice Knife. Word.
That is a 17.
That hits. He's a big old tree.
He's a big old tree. 5 points of piercing damage, but then the shard explodes.
Sure does.
Oh, I guess it also, you need to make a dexterity saving throw.
We got a 10.
Fail!
Yeah, I figured.
And then it also takes 11 points of cold damage.
Okay, so the mimic's dead. Yeah, you hit the giant Christmas tree mimic with a solstice tree mimic with a ice knife, and it explodes, and that explosion kind of causes the whole tree to ice up as well. It starts from the bottom where you hit it, and just ice cracks to the top until it's just a giant frozen mimic. Its mouth is still open. It's still got sharp, pointy teeth and the tongue, and its branches are all trying to attack Sylbrix, but it's frozen in place.
I take grab the tongue, and then take my axe and just kind of chop off the tongue, and then hand it to Burgles.
Burgles puts it in his pocket.
All right. Well, that was that.
Sorry you didn't get to put your gross tentacle mimic on anybody.
Ron, did you take 2 damage? And that was it?
And that was it, yeah.
Really got lucky that tree was a mimic and that I didn't just explode a tree.
I literally opened this map and I was like, I put all these guys really close together, and that I didn't think to move them until I was like, they're gonna start spreading out, and then they got shattered.
Well, I was already formulating the shatter plan, and you were like, they're gonna start to move, and I was like, no. I had the plan.
All right, now with the room cleared of enemies, you have a second to look at the clock, and you can tell pretty clearly that it is basically like a countdown to midnight sort of thing. And there's a decent amount of time left. It's not like, oh no, we've got to save this guy in minutes, but they're getting pretty close. Let's see. You see some stairs to the east here, and a triple door kind of situation to the north.
Shall we check out the triple door? Just kind of peek in.
Oh, wait. I'm searching for traps. No! I rolled a 2 plus 9, 11.
Sure don't seem to be any traps there.
Good, go ahead.
I kick the door in.
All right. Nothing happens as far as the way of traps go, but you do hear some kind of muffled shouting and cries from one more door past a little bit. Also in this room, you can tell there are shelves that line the walls. This is definitely some kind of a toy storage. There's lots of dolls. These ones are pretty. They're not quite as these creatures outside hadn't gotten to them to destroy them yet. So these are like finished toys. Some are in the process of being wrapped. But this is.
What's the fanciest toy in here?
Ooh, the fanciest toy. There's a really pristine Jack-in-the-Box that's like on its own table, just kind of sitting by itself. That like looks shiny and pretty.
I look at it. I like kind of turn away from it. I'm like looking back at the rest of you. I'm like, huh?
Burgles is already up behind you. Like, look with your hands, not with your eyes.
Okay, I pick it up.
Do you turn the little crank?
I do. Yes.
So as you spin the handle, a merry holiday song fills the air. There's no broken notes or faltering sounds, and really for the first time since you've arrived at the pole, you get a fleeting moment of what life here could normally be. You just have a little sense of holiday joy. And then suddenly, as the springy toy pops to life from the closed box, there are two bright eyes and a smile greet you. And he's like kind of that kind of stereotypical like toy soldier kind of Jack-in-the-Box.
Yeah.
And he says, "What would you like from Santa this year, boy?" And he's like rocking back and forth.
I want a better battle axe.
Oh, a
better
very
great axe.
A better great axe. What could make it better, do you think?
If I could hit harder with it. Sharper?
Oh, a sharper great axe. That sounds like something that Santa could do for a good boy.
I've been very good this year, haven't I?
I get that's not really for me to judge.
Sylbrix with the praise kink.
And then it kind of the enchantment for at least this round ends, and it goes back to kind of just being a Jack in the Box.
I give it to Burgles.
Cool.
Burgles also spins it.
Same thing. What would you like from Santa this year, sir?
Revenge. And he slowly closes. He pushes it back down and closes the lid and puts it back in his pocket.
That's not a very nice thing to ask for.
That's the only thing I want.
There's still a couple muffled cries from beyond the door and the stairs.
Speaking of stairs, Josh, what are these stairs that Raucous is over by?
Those are... Oh, yes. Since you're over there, we'll just kind of take away this little fog of war moment. Hit up that room, and you see another kind of spiral staircase that goes down. And this is more toy storage as well. And again, just these rounded walls are more kind of baubles. They're trains. They're like flying apparatuses, little carriage toys, things like that are in here. And then more steps down, and a door there as well.
She'll move to that door.
Make a perception check.
That's gonna be pretty good. 16 plus 3, 19.
Oh, you hear a very similar... It's the same kind of icy, tinkly sounds that you heard in the staircase, as well as some muffled cries and some laughing and a little bit of smashing, like minor smashing.
Is the door locked? She checks the door.
You jiggle the handle, and you could open the door.
Okay. For dramatic timing, I'll just say that she opens that door whenever Burgles opens the other door. For storytelling purposes.
Of course. So we open the door here. Let me just tick it.
Invisible Rocky. But you can hear her. Because I rolled a 1 on my stealth. You just hear it ching, 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 ching.
And as these doors burst open, you see 3 more Kringle elves that are surrounded by 4 ice mephits tormenting them, flying over and above and around them, and 2 ice sprites just in front of Raucous that again stay at the corner and just throw these tiny little snowballs. And they're finding some small toys off the shelves that they're near, and they're throwing them at the Kringle elves. And the elves also just let out a "Oh God, more of them, no!" Do we want to do initiative? Do we want to...
We killed your mimic. I would run if I were you.
You didn't. Nah, you couldn't have. It was so big.
I look at Burgles.
I killed it! And I'll do an intimidation and be like... It'll actually be... Wait.
Burgles, show him the tongue.
Burgles pulls it out of his pocket.
We killed it in but 3 attacks. And Cram goes from being the kind of goofy little guy and really puffs up his chest and takes up his face, and also casts prestidigitation to make it feel like there's a cold breeze going through.
It's
really playing
even
into
colder than it usually is in here. Yeah, absolutely. Roll that intimidation. Oh, I need new dice, man.
That is a 19.
They collectively got 8s. And they kind of all these Mephits and sprites look at each other, and then they fly as high up in the ceiling as they can and out the doors as fast as they can.
Great.
Leaving just a few Kringle elves that are sniveling and sad, and you kind of get the sense that these could be children. They are a bit smaller than the other ones you've seen before.
Do we throw rocks? Do we throw rocks at them?
I go up to the kids and say, "Who did this to you?"
You scared them off, but we think they work for that mean lady who's trying to take Santa's powers and claim the solstice for herself.
Where's the mean lady?
In the bottom in Santa's sanctum. They took him down there. Have you seen our parents? We haven't seen them. They finished their shift and then they all ran off to find.
I'm your daddy now.
Really? Do you mean our daddy's dead?
It is possible that he is up there.
I've changed.
Urge to just take a hard right turn into Burgles!
Yeah. I was like, the last one was on purpose, the like low voice, that one was on purpose, but now I'm like,
How do I find him again? That's right, okay. Because he's just born. There may be upstairs. And you could go up there if you want.
We better check, because if Dad's dead, then that means no one else can operate the sleigh, and then there's no way to even do.
Oh, the sleigh master? He's alive. He's outside somewhere.
Oh my God! Is Mom alive too? Did you meet an elf named Sif? Is she there too?
Oh yes, she's also alive. She gave me some coal, so I want to throw a rock at you.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Have fun.
Is it safe?
I think mostly.
We killed everything.
No, not everything. There's some other little guys.
I grin at everybody. This is fun.
Oh, golly.
Should we go downstairs and kill that lady?
Yes. Stomp, 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 stomp. Really fast.
yes.